You're a victim and you're being manipulated to the
So lovely. I came by this video that is actually making a lot of people to react to, the contents where this girl, she's been dating her boyfriend for over 8 years. And you know what, the boyfriend decided to buy a house and have her pay the rent. House for living there, guys. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of the stitches I was able to put together.
In addition
Please
to the
leave
cooking
your
and cleaning that you're probably already doing for him,
it.
you're also... So I saw this post that says, what it feels like to have your boyfriend of 8 years buy a house and then charge you rent to live in it while making you both design director and general contractor of the renovation. My only question for you is, what's in it for you? I see where he benefits. He gets somebody to split the mortgage with him without having to be on that mortgage, but he also gets free help. He gets free labor. In addition to the cooking and cleaning that you're probably already doing for him, you're also scrubbing the baseboards and the floors, you're painting, you're organizing, you're designing, you're building, all of that. All of that for what? In exchange for what? Now, she goes on to say in a follow-up video, they've been together for 8 years, but they got together really young. She was only 20. Okay, well, that makes you 28 now. Okay, 20 might have been too young to get married. Okay, what's wrong with 28? This is literally what it looks like to be a Barbara the Builder, where you are in here helping a man get himself established, get himself on his feet, but there's no guarantee that you'll be reaping any of those benefits. Your boyfriend has literally become your landlord. Like, what happens when you're late with the rent? I feel like all too often we do these things to prove to a man what kind of wife we'll be, but that doesn't mean that man will necessarily see a wife in you.
Here's some context. Okay, so boyfriend and I have been together 8 years, and that's because we met really young. I was 20 when we met. Haven't got married simply because neither of us have wanted to yet. I guess now I know a lot of people wouldn't date someone for 8 years without a ring, and that's totally fine. That's your prerogative, but it works for us. Next thing is that I pay my boyfriend rent. In the past, when we've rented properties together, we've split the rent. Now my boyfriend has purchased a house. I'm still an adult that needs a place to live and pays for the place she lives. I just happen to pay that money to my boyfriend. People are upset that I'm doing this work for free and I'm not gaining equity in this house. Way that I look at it, and he was able to buy this house because that has been a goal of his. I didn't have the ability to take on that risk. I don't see it as my place to reap those gains. To me, it would be weird to not help. Just like a friend helping out. People are gonna have a problem with the fact that I just referred to myself as a friend, but I am my boyfriend's friend. If my boyfriend dumped me tomorrow, yes, the gains in the house would be his, but I can live with that. The other little nuance is that my rent is pretty low. It's definitely low for the size of house we live in and the location that we are. So if it makes you feel better, you could kind of look at it as my rent is subsidized by the work that I do. I'm doing this work because it's fun and it improves the home that I live in. I will now stop talking about our relationship and get back to removing paint from old things. Please give us a follow if you want to see how my vision for this house comes to life, whether it's for me or my boyfriend's future wife.
You're a victim and you're being manipulated. To the girl who's been dating her boyfriend for 8 years and now you're paying him rent at his new house, the house that he took on by himself, the new house that was a goal of his, and now all of a sudden he notices that he can take advantage of you and manipulate you to help him pay his mortgage. You're a victim. The crazier part is you're helping him renovate it. And that's cool. And I don't even care that she's not married because she already said she doesn't want to be married. So cool. But at the end of the day, it really speaks on his character. That's how I view it. It really speaks on his character because how can you sleep at night knowing that you took on this responsibility of buying a house? You wanted this responsibility, and now because you have this girl that loves you to death and cares about you, is willing to help you pay something that you shouldn't have got yourself if you couldn't afford it? Because it makes me think he bought a house that he couldn't afford, but he knew she would help. I don't care what anyone has to say. You can call this pandering. His character needs to be checked. He's manipulating, and she's a victim. That's just my personal opinion. You're a victim, and you're being manipulated.
I like a lot of your takes, Jeff, but I'm gonna highly disagree with y'all. I'll tell you why straight. I don't think she's a victim because you make choices in life. There's consequences. Now, the fact that he bought the house by himself, she's not on the lease, so he has enough money to do that, right? Been together for 8 years. My only question is, why didn't they buy the house together? When they were living together before he bought the house, right? Is he just paying all the rent, or were they doing this together? This would be no different if I had a son that moved into a girl's place, which I would highly disagree to do, because then anytime she can just kick him out. But it comes down to very simple. When you live with somebody, right? You're able to take care of all the things he's able to take care of. Right? The only thing that usually goes up is electric, your gas, if you got to pay gas, and food costs. Anybody that's living with me, especially my partner, is going to pay something. Because yes, I can afford it, right? There's be no difference for you. You got a spot. You got a place that you own, right? Let's gonna say it's $1,500, right? That's what you pay per month. You're able to do that comfortably. You got a girl now. She moves into your spot. Her place before that was $1,200. Now you charge her $500, right? Not the point of he can afford it, of course, but you got to pay your own way. Anybody living with anybody, are you contributing? And if you're not, what the fuck are you with me for? To look pretty? Plus, when he got the house, she gave him the gift or the down payment and everything like that, then I'd be all with you. But if that's not the case, I don't care if he was with her for 8 years or 10 years or 20 years. If you don't want to pay your own way, then just say that. But it doesn't matter if it's adding towards the mortgage. You can either pay all of rent or half of the place that you live comfortably at.
Her boyfriend of 8 years bought a house. Boyfriend of 8 years is crazy. You're not getting an 8-year relationship out of me, but that's neither here nor there. He bought the house, moved her in, charges her rent because why wouldn't he? I mean, they only do what you allow. Charges her rent. Her name is on any of the paperwork to do with the home at all. She has no investment in it. Charging her rent, and she's helping him renovate. Way you could not torture that information out of me. Like, I would lie about that if somebody asked, let alone tell people that willingly. Of course, the ladies in the comments were like, girl, he hates you. He hates you. No ring, no investment from the house, and free labor, what are you doing? She responds with a follow-up video and she says, well, at least my rent is subsidized. Like, it's not as expensive as other homes, other apartments or whatever in the area. That's not your landlord. That's your boyfriend of almost a decade. What are you talking about? This is why sometimes it's good to have the judgmental friend, because she would tell you, girl, are you stupid? No, that's not a good idea. Like, I believe a little bit of judgmental friends is what some of y'all need. And I love the girls. I do. I love the girls. But sometimes our decisions just need to be studied. So
I seriously love this. This is just not adding up. This is supposed to be her boyfriend, right? I know her boyfriend is not supposed to be her father or maybe pay all of her bills and all of that, but at least she's already helping out in the house. She's already helping out. She's helping you to, renovate the house, clean the house, cook for you, sleep with you and all of that. The only thing a boyfriend could do for her is just allow her to live rent-free. Like, you should allow her to live rent-free, because this woman is somebody you've been with for 8 good years. She has watched you grow. You guys have been all through things together. You guys have been your hard times and your good times together. And you are not even assuring her that you're going to end up with her later on in life. You might end up, dumping her for someone else you're actually building the house for. But the only thing you could actually do for this lady is to at least allow her to stay there in a rent-free. Like, seriously, the subsidizing and all of that is not even adding up. And do you know what? Sometimes I was like, are you sure everything is okay? Because the way she was saying it, she's so okay with it. I know she's doing all what she's doing because she probably wants to, she wants to make sure that the boyfriend is okay. She wants to please the boyfriend. She wants to tell the boyfriend that, oh my god, I am an understanding girlfriend. I understand you so much. I can do anything for it. Like, why are we bent on doing this? And tomorrow, when this said guy leaves you alone, went out or go out with someone else, maybe start up a life with another woman, another fresh woman, you will be the person that will come online and start, insulting so many guys. You start dragging men. How men is this, men is that. They are not appreciating. But you on your own, you allowed something like this to keep on going in your life. I hope when this guy is finally leaves you, and I hope he does not, because I just wish you guys the best. I want you guys to have a very beautiful, successful relationship. You guys have been in this relationship for 8 years, because a lot of people will have to react, because 8 years is a long time for a ring to be placed in your finger. Like 8 years relationship, like 8 years let's just assume that when you were 20 years, because you said you guys met 20 years ago, we are still young, and now you guys have gotten a house, even if you are paying the rent. Like, I don't understand. You guys are in a relationship, you are building your life together, you are building your relationship together. Now you are even calling your boyfriend a friend. So what is now the difference between ordinary friend, like normal friend, with a relationship, like a love? You guys are actually building your lives together. You guys met 8 years ago. 8 years is enough time to actually know where this relationship is heading, you guys. If you guys are going to end up together, if you guys are not going to end up together, it's something that you just need to work on yourself. And living with your boyfriend, helping him with his house and all, it will make yourself, you personally, you will have something for yourself. You won't be thinking of how to also develop yourself. Do you know that when you live with your boyfriend, you have nothing? Like, you don't have, I don't know what you have, but the way it is as if you're living your boyfriend, you're paying rent. That means you don't have a house of your own. So what happens, moving out from that house, try to create your own, try to have your own thing, just in case anything happens. Just in case anything happens, you won't come online and start telling us how you've been living with this particular guy for 8 years. You've been paying rent, and later on the guy actually dumped me for another woman. Guys are this, guys are not to be trusted. Guys, no, this is not your boyfriend's fault. This is what you want. This is what you want. They used to say that the way you lie your bed, or the way you make your bed, you lay on it. This is what you want. Do not blame this guy tomorrow, anytime, or tomorrow or any other day that he decided that, okay, he want to move on, he want to do something else, because you are just there watching him progress and build his life. You also support him, which is absolutely okay. You are just doing a perfect thing as a lover. But the only thing I don't get is that, why are you also not doing something for your own self? You are just in his house, and with the way you're talking, you're just in his house, taking care of his house, cooking for him. Him. What happens to you? What happens to you? Nobody wants you to come out here and start blaming and start insulting him, or start trying to make us feel that he's a bad person. He's not a bad person. You are the one that makes your life the way you want it. He never forced you. So you just have to, do something for your own self. If you know you're going to pay, subsidized rent and all of that, cool. But make sure that you are also building something for yourself. Your boyfriend already got in somewhere, and you are helping him to pay his bills. You're helping him to pay his bills. You're supposed to be paying your own bills, not helping him pay. You can also get your own apartment and ask him to come renovate it for you. Why you also pay bills? Like, seriously, lovelies. Seriously, when I saw this, I was like, are you kidding me right now? I am not, disputing the fact that I'm not, heavy relationship, like 4 years, 10 years and all of that. What I'm even concerned is that, why will you be paying? Why will you be making payments when this guy happens to be your man? You are not calling your man a friend. Like, so you guys are not even in a relationship then. You guys are not in a relationship. Because what I say here are two best friends. You guys are friends. You're trying to help your friends out. So when he decides to bring back home a woman, maybe someone he want to share his life with, you don't come out and start ranting on how guys are this and that. Please, enough of dragging men. Enough of it. Most of the things that's happening between us women we are the reason for it. No man is forcing you to remain in a relationship with him, because, and this relationship, you are seeing the handwritings on the wall and all of that, you are still forcing you. No, you are the one. Stop dragging men. People should leave this man alone. They are not holding you captive. You are not a child. Someone that is more than 80 years already know what he or she wants in life. So anything that comes out of it, you should be able to put up with it. So we don't want, people are reacting because they don't want tomorrow when you come out and start blah 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 blah. So we all wish you a successful relationship. If you guys are not planning on getting married, then good for you. And this should just be something that you have to discuss with your man. So don't just come here and blah about how yes. Anyways, lovelies, leave me your own thought in the comment section. If you're gonna do this, if you think that what she's doing is right, you can just leave it in the comment section. If you think otherwise, you should leave it in the comment section. And I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.